And a Baba Booey. Good afternoon. And if you're looking at my chart, and I know you are, yeah, we had to cover our shorts. It was getting exciting there for a second. And then one of the fun things about trading short is the mantra of shorting is short lived and you're going to have to get out of its way. So we've had our fun. I don't think it's over, but now that we've really cashed out on the QQQ short trade, and we got to the level where I thought we can get to. I was looking for 2 more points on the downside last night, and the market told me you better cover. I came in this morning, the market told me I was right, and now the market just told me maybe I should be getting out. So right now, what I trade is just algorithmic. I'm on live right now. You can call me. Hey, you want to take callers? Caller on the line. My number is 917-521-4827. Caller on the line. That's not my phone number. It used to be my number. We used to do a call-in show on my website. But I do it live all day. I have no life. I have no friends. So I just sit in my chat room and talk to people on TikTok and YouTube. Yes, Iceland was amazing. The food is great. It was frightening, but exhilarating. I was not afraid for my life, but I was afraid. A couple of different situations on how we were going to get through the blizzards that we were in. It was crazy. But what you're just noticing on the screen right now, my friend, is an algorithmic trade in itself as we're sitting here. So as the market just squoze, past tense of squeeze, squoze, it broke a new low where the shorters get all excited. The volatility products were going up, which gave you more confidence. And then yet it rallied and ripped in your face and then dipped and never broke that new low, telling you that maybe you need to adjust your position. And just now, we finally, for the first time since the short, there was a VWAP break. And in that VWAP break, look where we went to, right back to the prior day VWAP, which acts as resistance. All we trade is volume weighted average price. And now it's telling us that maybe the short could be put on. And again, if you're trying to navigate this chop today, it's becoming increasingly difficult because this is bigger chop than we're accustomed to. But if you're trading just around price action, I'm doing the professional thing right now. I'm just hanging out. I've cashed out, and I'm not going to allow myself to get chopped in this mess right now. So I'm still negatively biased. Hey, what's up, Jay? You know my old name? Yeah, that was my stage name with a U, Kroll. Old school, man. What's up? Good to see you back. Oh, so, ladies and gentlemen, let's sum up what's going on. I've been doing this my whole life. Each month varies. Yeah, I try to make money every day. I don't even look at the P&L. When you're doing this as long as I have, you know you're going to make money inevitably. You don't have to be concerned about month to month. I just try to do the best I can on a daily basis and manage what's in front of me and make money. But right now, the market's telling me that I need to just sit back and watch this chop for a while. But let's talk about me for a second, right? Oh, I'll talk about crypto with you in a second. Uh, 10 grand is the goal, yeah, but really 5 grand. That's the start. You're looking to make that 250 to 300 a day, which is relatively easy. I say that with a smile on my face. Nothing's easy, but 250 250 to 300 a day gets you to about $5,600 a month. And remember, you're not this isn't a real this isn't you got to take all the factors into consideration. I don't have to leave my house. I am my own boss. I basically run my own life. I don't have to answer to anybody. So when you factor that in, and depending on how old you are, I've already put 2 kids pretty much through college. Everything I own is in cash. I already paid for everything. So I'm in a nice situation in life where I could just chill. I don't have to trade if I don't want to. I would, AJ, I would be interested helping me with content. Yes, I would. So what what I do basically on a daily basis is I just go through the rules and regulations that have been etched into my mind by the school of hard knocks, and that means I've taken my beatings. I was a shorter, and I got paid very handsomely back in 1999 and 2000 when the market crashed. Um, and then, lived through 9/11. I'm still emotionally scarred by that. Changed me as a person. And then had a nice little run from, '02 to the financial crisis, which I did very well on the financial crisis, not as well as I should have because I was short Bear Stearns and Lehman Brothers. I cashed out way too early. But then I got humbled by the market because I thought I knew more about the market than anybody. And the market wasn't going to tell me what to do. And I kept shorting in 2012 and 2013 and 2014 and some parts of 2015, giving back pretty much my entire life to the point where I was thinking about giving up, wandered the streets of Manhattan, pretended I had a job, never told my wife about it. And it was a pretty sad time. So circa 2015, I went back to what worked in the 90s, and I overlapped it with volume weighted average price. And voila, this trade was born that hasn't failed us in 4 years. It's an earnings gap reversion VWAP trade. Say that fast. Gap reversion VWAP trading. So basically, it's earnings gaps reverting to the VWAP and sometimes reversing that gap. And if you want to take a look at some charts, we'll be doing a presentation in a couple of days where I'm going to go over pretty much, 20 or 30 of the most recent ones. And I do this live every day where we review those trades. But what we try to do is we try to find those trades, which ones are going to be the next ones, obviously, because no matter what I've done in the past means absolutely nothing to my friend Nicole. Hi, Nicole, who just joined the website a couple of days ago. She doesn't care about what I've done in the past. She wants to know what I'm going to do in the future. And that's the way I live my life. My job is to make other people money. And it's not about me as much as I make it about me. It's not about me. It's about this trade. It's about the wonderful rigged market that we live in. It's this being able to navigate this type of chop. Today, it's a little bit excessively chopped. Now it is, but we already got paid on a short when the easy, quote unquote, easy trade showed up. And that's what we try to do. And that's what you try to do as a trader is you try to stay with what works the best when it's the best time, and then avoid everything else. And my problem, I've got a lot of problems. My problem is that I always seem to stray from the path of righteousness, which is volume weighted average price, earnings gap reversion trades that work every time. And I say to myself, why? Why do I do anything else? And I guess the easy answer is I'm an idiot. It's the simplest answer because I'm dumb, or greedy, or I want more, or I'd like to experiment, or whatever the case, right? Just like my silver trade, right? I've been buying silver since I was a kid. I was a baseball card guy. I'm a big nerd. I enjoy toys. I'm a big deadhead. And I've been collecting silver. And for 30 years, my wife has been saying, what are you doing? Why do you keep buying these coins? Why do you keep buying silver? Why do you keep buying coins? Why do you go to these nerd shows? Did you just spend $3,000 on a coin? What's wrong with you? And I would say, well, did you just spend $3,000 on a handbag? My $3,000 coin will be worth more than that $3,000 bag. And then she says, well, I could sell back my bag. Yeah, sure, you'll sell back your bag. Right. But now, 30 years later, I'm vindicated. Right? All these fantastic, all these coins I've been buying. I've been stacking silver my whole life. Sheets of silver. My wife yelling at me each time. Kilo coins. I paid $780 for this. It's worth $5,000 now. Let's see how your handbag's going to be trading in the next couple of years. The only thing is, and this is why I'll get to this point, I really don't like crypto now. You know why? because for 30 years I've been waiting for this silver move, right? And I nailed it. 50 got me 80. I didn't sell any silver. 80 got you 120. And if you know why that happens, then you know yourself and you know you're a good trader, because 50 gets you 80, 80 gets you 120. We can't get into that, but that's market mechanics. So when silver hit 120, I'm not saying, hey, I'm selling. I'm a collector. So what I did, I own all the America the Beautiful coins. Yeah. Oh, man. But what I really do is I buy 10 ounce poured silvers, these kind of things. We could talk about silver all day. I love it. Yeah. I probably overspent on these. These are beautiful. Look at these. First issue, 1776, the 250th anniversary. I bought every version of these. I'm not selling. So because I'm a shorter, what I did was I started shorting the completely completely irrational move from 50 to 80 to 120. I started shorting what we call the AGQ. And right now this market is I was going to use a bad word, but I can't use bad words. This market just absolutely lit the shorts up, only to be reconfirmed by a prior day VWAP rejection into a rollover known as the finger of God. And we are rolling over right now. By the way, I just like to say I am still short. I believe this market's still going down. My position is at a different level because I've been shorting for over a month now. So I can let this chop happen. My swing is still a short, and that was nasty. But I am not covering my shorts until this market rallies above orange lines, not just from today. I need a 5-day VWAP break. So unless the Qs are way up there, I'm going to stay short. But let's go back to today and this price action. That was a very difficult thing. But if you're using only VWAP, right, all we're using is the algorithmic nature of the market. And these algorithms control the market. And what I've witnessed since I've been sitting here for 30 years, right, is that the market is 100% completely rigged. Thank you. Thank you very much. Join my fan club, by the way. Thank you very much. And please like the video. I try to get to 5,000 likes a day. I appreciate all the likes. Unless I just love the hearts going by. It's so sweet. Flowers and unicorns and love and peace. I love all that stuff. So the reason I'm here, right? And when I first got into TikTok, I'm not going to be shy about it. I like redheads. I'm married to a Nordic blonde. And I've been married for 25 years now. We just obviously went to go see her heritage from Iceland. And I like redheads. What? I love short Latino girls also. Love them. And that's why I was on TikTok. You're going to dance around for me for free? This is awesome. And then I noticed that people were talking about the stock market. And I was like, wow, I didn't know anybody even cared about the market on TikTok. I thought it was about dancing, doing weird things with your body. And then I started noticing what I didn't want to see was the scammers, right? People who say they never lose money. And again, I ain't saying that, right? No, I'm in the SQQQ. SQQ. I'm short the Qs, SQQQ. So when I started to see this, and then I saw a guy on here that I know is a fraud. And I was like, oh my God, this guy. So I was like, I got to get on TikTok. I got to get on TikTok and start talking about what I do. And I didn't think it would go anywhere, but here we are. And I want to appreciate everybody who's tuning in. My friends over on YouTube. I've been doing it on YouTube, and YouTube is what's called shadow banned. I have been banned from the internet because I am a truth teller, and I've been called curt. I've been called arrogant, conceited. I've been called off-putting, right? And the internet bans me because I speak the truth and I don't like the industry that I'm currently in. I only trade VWAP, volume weighted average price. I use Thinkorswim. Yes. So what I want to do here for you guys on TikTok is invite you, now that I'm back from Iceland. I want to get, yo, Adrian. Yo, Adrian. We got a yo, Adrian in our room. Is that you? Hey, what's up? Yeah. Right. Well, if you'd like to see my P&L today, hang on a second. I think I'm having a good day. I don't like doing this, but I don't know if you can see it or not, but I don't like showing people the money I got. I'm not that guy. I got a nice car. I got crazy stuff in my house. I'm not a guy that spends money. I just like spending money on trips and stuff. That I'll spend as much money as you need me to spend. This shirt that I'm wearing right here, it's got to be 25 years old. Yeah, I'm up, I don't know, 4,200 today, something like that. But that's because of positioning. But standard practice, all I try to do is have some fun with this and, make a little bit every day. But right now, my swing trades for being short the market are paying off pretty nicely. I've been shorting the AGQ, like I said. And this has been the best trading environment, other than that last move, which was very, very hurtful to the shorts, and then reconfirmed. It's very, very difficult trade right there because you were being confirmed for a reason to go down, and then it just ripped in your face. But right now, earnings are less and less. What I do on a daily basis is not really available. We're only getting one or two of them. And so what do? You don't do much. And that's the wonderful part about being an independent trader is when you understand that it's not a great time to put positions on, you are a great trader. And right now, this chop is pretty nasty. So I could sit here now as it's reconfirming. And again, I'm short right now, so I'm happy it didn't break out. I was forced to cover some last night. I was forced to cover a little bit, but I'm still net short. And I'm not covering because I do think this market's going to roll over and go down some more, right? All this to underperform the S&P. I'll probably going to outperform the S&P this year. Yeah. I mean, are we up or down for the year? I'm not even sure. Is the market up or down? Does anybody know? I don't really pay attention to those things. Is the market up or down this year? From January 1st. Are we officially having a down year right now? I'm not even sure. That's a real question. I'm not actually sure, right? Is the market up or down? It's about 7% down. S&P. I don't even watch the S&P. I'm a QQQ trader. Right. But right now, I feel confident that I'm going to outperform the market. And again, I'm a bear. So, usually I'm just jealous of the bull market. And that's been my mistake my whole career. I get angry because I miss out on trades and I short them because I think I'm going to show the stock who's boss, and then it rips in my face and I get crushed. I don't do that anymore. So now I just trade what I see around volume weighted average price. The silver trade's been phenomenal this year. Really did really well. And I'm doing something called short strangles. So a short strangle is something where you're selling premium on both sides of the trade. So you don't actually have to be right in the moment. The day trader needs to be right in the moment. And now, because we got this excessive chop, what I do is I'm selling premium on the Qs, and I'm also selling premium down below where I don't think the stock is going to go to. For instance, even if this market crashes, I don't think we're going below 420. So, oh wait, I just got banned. It's not called the iron condor. It's called the short strangle. It's not even a straddle or a spread. It's a short strangle. So I've been selling above where I believe the market topped out, but 100 points above that. So anywhere from August, September, December, even next year, January's into next year's June's, I've been selling premium above the 750, taking in the premium. But at the same time, I'm losing money a little bit because I sold some premium way down between 420, 385s, even 295s I'm selling. And let me see where those 295s are, because I started selling 295s and the market got hammered. So the 295s, yeah, see, the 295s that I sold at a cost average right now at 215, they're at 350. Am I nervous about those? Not really. But if the market starts to tank, maybe I adjust the 420s, but I'm also hedged on those as well. I'm in an institution. I am in an institution right now. Yes, we trade. I traded for a company just for a brief time. I was a market maker, yeah, and I'm not a very compliant guy. I don't work. I'm told I don't work well with others, and I like to be free. I don't like to be told what to do. So that didn't last for me, and I just became an independent trader, and here I am. So now, again, I'm waiting for the market not to show me some clarity. This has been a great trade. ELAB, there you go. Let's show you some ELAB. Let me show you ELAB, right? So the only 2 day trades that were interesting to me was ELAB. I worked at a company called, well, it was originally called Signet, and then it was a spinoff from Daytech, and then Signet, and then Precision Edge, and then it was called Edge Trading. Do you need to know about quantum stocks? No. All you need to know, right, to be a profitable trader, and I know this dumbs it down, is volume weighted average price. That's it. It's all about VWAP. Because the market, speaking of institutions, right, institutions, right, not schmucks like me with my 400 shares trading Costco the other day with 400 shares. I'm a nobody. What VWAP is telling you is where the institutional money flow is. So what we do for a living is we just follow the money. And I'll give you an example because I love examples. I'll show you my Jaws collection some other time, but let's take into consideration. Here is this is Bruce, right? Bruce is the institution. Bruce is doing all the hard work for us. We're just underneath Bruce. We're like those little dudes that hang out under the shark, right? Right? And the shark's getting in there. And the shark's going to work. Just biting, doing all the hard work for us. And all those scraps that are falling down, we can't even eat that much. The shark's doing all the work. We're just picking up the scraps, baby. And those scraps are a living that I've been doing. And again, this trade that I've evolved into. Hello. The trade that's evolved has never been better because the market is 100% rigged. And right now, the rigging, right? The rigging is becoming more difficult to trade because of the manipulation from the manipulator in chief right now. And all the stuff that you're accustomed to happening is being adversely affected by the news. You know what I'm saying? So right now, it's better to do less, but then soon earnings season will be here and we will be part of the manipulation. And that's what trading's all about to me. We are no longer manipulated. We are the manipulators. Hello. And that's where I'm living my life. So now what I do is, especially on TikTok, and I appreciate everybody who's been tuning in. Hi, how you doing? Good to see you. I try to be as I guess there's no other way of saying it, scam proof, right? No, no. Oh, look at this, Jennifer. There you go. I was going to get to my point here. It took me 3 hours to get to this point. Of course I sell something, right? I've been doing this for 30 years. I feel obligated to sell something almost, right? But what I do is I try to make it scam proof. And the reason I came on TikTok was because this one guy I know is a fraud. And he's out there selling stuff. He's got a Discord room. He's got a WhatsApp chat room. It's not even, and then I went down a rabbit hole of all this weird stuff. Discord rooms. Everybody's got a Discord room. I don't even know what's going on in Discord, right? Crazy. I can't even find myself on Discord, right? And then the WhatsApp chat rooms. So next thing you know, I'm on a WhatsApp chat room, and they're texting me all these ideas. And I'm like, what do you want from me? And what's your end game here? You just giving me free ideas? And by the way, your ideas stink. And they weren't even that good ideas. So I got on the phone with one of these people. I was like, can we just get to the bottom line? What do you want from me? What are you trying to sell me? They're like, well, our professor, there's always a professor involved. I play individual stocks all the time during earnings. Yeah, right now I'm just about the cues in the market. There's always a professor involved, right? So the professor who has perfected this AI bot is going to graciously give me his ideas every day. And if I want to join now, they're doing it for only $49.99 a month. Wow, I say. That's incredible. Can you give me access for a couple of weeks? Well, that's what we're doing here on the WhatsApp. I'm like, no. That's not really that. You're giving me you're telling me what you did already. I want to know what you're going to do. Can I be part of it like live? And they're like, well, that's what the $49.99 is. So I was like, okay, can I get a free trial? Can I, well, they just kept trying to sell me. I was like, I got it. Listen, here's what I'll do. Let me in for free for a week, and I will give you $150. I will give you triple the amount that you want. Just let me in for a week for nothing. Oh, sorry, sir, we don't do that. And I was like, well, then you're a scam. And they hung up. And then I called back. And I was like, oh, you again. No, give me somebody that can negotiate with me. And I get somebody else on the phone. And I was like, listen, I just spoke to your underling, and I offered him triple the amount that you want, right? And he said no. Well, we don't do that. No, here we go again. So I was like, I'll give you $1,000. $1,000. Just let me know what you're doing. Can I just see it? Give me a week for free, and I'll give you $1,000. And he hangs up. That's how you know it's a scam. If they don't want to do something for free and put up or shut up. And that's where I come in. That's the way I've been doing it my whole life. I demonstrate what this is all about. You come and hang out with my crew. I've taught one of my members so well that he is now beyond recognition. He is a VWAP PhD. I'm just intro to VWAP, and I know what I'm doing, obviously. But he's taking it to another level where he's developing his own algorithms now. It's something to behold. It's incredible. This guy is my crowning achievement in life. Meanwhile, he's taken it and ran with it. I could stop taking credit for it, but I showed him the light, and he has now made an entire career around it as well. So now what do we do here? What do I do? Because the internet is filled with scam and flim-flam and snake oil salesmen and people selling courses and Discord rooms and all that stuff. I'm not a hypocrite. I do that too, but I do it the right way. Come and hang out. Come and see if what I do makes sense to you. Come and see if what I do even works. Come see this trade that I say works every time for 4 years. Come and see it. No obligation. And that's where we're at. And that's the way it's going to stay. So let's talk about this ELAB trade. Let me show you. I know you guys can't see this. So what you're going to do now is you're going to email me. Oh, I'm done saying negative things about people I don't know. If it's somebody I do know and I know the truth, I will say as many negative things as I can without being banned. But now I'm trying to take the high road, even though I love going low, and then I love going lower and lower. But then I get banned from TikTok and YouTube. So I'm going to just say I'm better than most people at this, and I do it the right way, the scam-proof way. Come and see what I do. So email me right now, kennyglick@aol.com. And if you just laughed, it's supposed to be funny, kennyglick@aol.com. Yes, the same email address that I've had for all these years. When I launched my first chat room, it was called Lonely Housewives 36 on AOL, if you guys remember AOL. And our course is basically come hang out with us on a daily basis, and then I do classes. It's all part of the thing. It's the room. We do Thursday night sessions where am I allowed to say this on TikTok? We smoke weed. I don't know. I know it's now. My wife says I shouldn't say it. I've been smoking weed since I was 13 years old. I'm 55 now. I've made it. We get high, we get drunk, we crunch charts, and we goof around on Thursday nights. Yeah. We do Saturday sessions. Where I traded in 07 and 08. Hell yeah. Those are 2 really great years, man. Oh, I would love to get Afro Man on. Boom. I used to be a trader, but then I got high. Hell yeah. And by the way, look how difficult this market is, right? Looked like we were going to roll over, and now you are ripping in the face again. This market is treacherous today, my friends. Treacherous if you're not using volume-weighted average price and price levels from earlier. This is just getting insane. So right now, the only reason I'm even in a trade, right, is because I was already in it. I wouldn't be entering trades right now because this chop is becoming a little bit too much. But let's talk about that ELAB for a second while we're hanging, right? So ELAB was one because the scanner, and again, it's not a scanner in a day, right? There are no scanners that scan for the winners. There's no AI scanner that spits out the winners and just puts money in your account, even though the internet would like you to believe that. It doesn't exist. If it existed, my friend and I would have it already, right? We built our own scanners. So all we're looking at is volume scanners, right? I absolutely do, yes, yeah. I turned 30,000 into $6 million, and I'm still living off that money. Boom. Doesn't make a difference, right? What doesn't matter if I'm rich or not, right? It's about what I'm going to do for you in the future, right? Anyway, but what we do now on a daily basis is we just look for where the money is, the volume, right? So when the money's coming in, we want to follow the money. So we saw some money coming in on ELAB this morning, right? But we know it's a pump and dump, right? I trade UVXY. Yeah, I love VIX products, big time. Yeah. But see here, this ELAB trade. This was last week, and then this morning, and this is the reason I saw it, because it started having a huge volume burst at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I was awake, so I saw it. Now, I wasn't part of this first move. I know you guys can't see my charts. Only long-term position I have right now is the short strangles on silver and the Qs. And I own Alcoa, but I sold that today. I own Rambus. My one stock I own, it stinks now. Yeah, I'm not that good at picking stocks. That's why I like shorting stocks. But you see this ELAB trade, this is a typical trade that we would do today because it's set up where we had an advantage. When it breaks over the blue line and the orange line, it comes back and holds it and then starts to rally off it. All you're trying to do, why am I shorting the Qs? Well, I am short the Qs. I wouldn't be adding to it right now. I'm debating whether or not to close out. But I'm not closing out because I'm in a good position and I could let it breathe a little bit. I could withstand a little chop right now. If I have to, I'm ready to get out of this. It's been a nice trade. I have to see what happens because we're so close to a price where if we break down, we're going a lot lower. I have to stay short right now. I have to. I forgot what I was saying now. EFI and overvalued tiny stocks to short them. What I really love is looking at the pump and dumps, the ones that are heavily shorted for the squeezes. And what normally happens. That's the funniest thing. I trust what you're saying because you have 3 monitors. Wait. Not only 3 monitors. Wait a second. 4. Wait. Woo. 5. Now what? I even have one on the floor over there. I got a laptop that's not even. That's funny. Gotta trust this guy. He's got 3 monitors. Oh, I am a fan of shorting everything right now, but you got to be very cautious because this market tends to rip right in your face, right? All right, so let's get to the point. What's the point? The point is we're hanging out. And the point is I want you all to come and see what this is all about. And then you can make your decisions whether or not you want to, stick around or not. Hims and Hers going to 0. Awful. I can make a comment on that. That company's a scam. It doesn't work. I took their boner pills. I almost had a stroke. I was like, honey, quick. Let's have sex before I stroke out. This is a lot of fun. Awful. I shorted the stock immediately, and I started losing money. And luckily, I got back into the short position. That company, that is awful. They don't grow my hair, and ugh, wow. Anybody needing those pills? I got a couple of jars left. But my friends, this market is becoming increasingly difficult to trade intraday. This chop is getting nasty, but the chop now is starting to turn bullish, right? Yeah, so let's talk about, I'm trading, well, right now, the Qs, yeah, I think AI is creating, it's kind of dangerous right now, a little bit, because, you're one tweet away, one story away from the market changing direction. But when you trade the way we do right now, I will have to cover some shorts again if we break over 565.54. You see where we spiked up to before, and now we're getting in a little uptrend. So if the market breaks over this prior day VWAP and that last high, I'm going to what I call lightening up. I'm not getting out of my short position because I'm in at a great position in a great price. I still need to be, it needs to be pulled from my hands, right? Yeah. I'm just not a fan of the market right now. And I do think we're going to resolve, all this is going to go lower besides the war, right? 4 monitors is not unnecessary. Watch, let me show you. I could probably go with 4. I can't go 5. But it's a very important thing going on over there. That's the volume scanner, and that is a dark pool scanner, right? So that's scanning for more volume, and I'm keeping my eye on that to see what stocks are having an influx of volume. That's one whole screen, and I got my options over there. Then this is the most important thing, the second screen right here. That's the algorithm. That's telling me where my VWAP levels are. And those are the market makers, and those are just scanners. My wife, she's a real estate. She manages commercial real estate. Down here, these are my watch lists, just to give an overview of the sectors and what sectors are strong or weak. This is my chat rooms. 1 chat room here, 2 chat rooms here. And this is where I do broadcasting and a lot of options and all my content. And 5 screens. I could probably cut it down to 4, but I'm used to this. So going back, Kenny Glick. Yeah, I am. That's right. My last name is Glick. I'm also the Abraham of assets, the Barak of bread, the Cain of cash, the David of ducats. Forgot that one. The Elijah of earnings. I'm the Frank of funds. I'm the Glick of gelt. I got many nicknames. I'm the Warlock. I'm Felipe Fibonacci. And crazy, I walked through the charts. Kenny and I met back in '87. Now, I needed a Jew in my life. Kenny fit the criteria. Crazy guy. He's a millionaire, of course. But I don't listen to him because of the money. He's a funny guy. Crazy, of course. But you make it in this business this long, you're going to be nuts. You're going to be crazy. I'll be damned if you think you're going to trade without going crazy over a given amount of time. Now, Kenny and I, we've been friends since '87. And now I call him once in a while. Kenny, what's going on? The market stopped going up. Crazy. What should I do? And he says, don't worry. You know it's short-lived. He says, Chris, it's going to be all right. I love when he calls me Chris. Crazy guy. I love him. And that's my story. So if you email me, kennyglick@aol.com, you get to hang with me and my weirdo crew. And we walk through the trades. Get it? Walking through the trades. Crazy. It's crazy. By the way, I'm getting so old that my impersonations are for people that are dead now. No one even knows who Ronald Reagan is anymore. Oh, my name is Kenny Glick, KENNYGLICK @AOL.com. GLICK, that's right. And I think I went this whole broadcast without using any bad words. Well, I'm very close to having to get out of a short soon. So I'm an SQQ. That's my short the Qs, and I'm also short the QQQ. Do I shit? Oh, well, how was it trading in the 90s without technology? It was a whole different thing. It was all tape reading. So you were all momentum. And these market maker boxes here were all you needed. So what we did was we would find the hammer. I know you guys can't see it, but you know what? Why don't we do this right now, my friends? I really appreciate you guys hanging, right? And my name is Vindicated. Crazy. I would love to show you all this stuff. I'm not going anywhere, right? What screener? It's called it's just volume scanner. All I do every single day is I do the same thing. It's taken me 30 years to realize I know nothing. I don't know what's going to happen, especially now with a tweet can change the nature of the market. But what I try to do is I try to navigate the market as best as humanly possible using algorithms back at the algorithm. And what is that algorithm? Volume weighted average price. And you're just following the institutional money flow, and then you're in the market. You become the market. You know the saying, Bruce Lee, water flows or it can crash. When water goes into a cup, it becomes the cup. Water goes into a bowl, it becomes the bowl. Be water, my friend. And that's it. Once you understand price mechanics, the money is a default of knowing what you're doing. So you'll have a bad day, you'll have a good day, you'll have a great day, you'll have an awful day. But over a given amount of time, if you know what you're doing, you should come out ahead, which is the story of my life. The story of my life, I take her home. That's right. I like One Direction. I love that song, Story of My Life. You know you do. Now I need to hear it. That's the one good thing about TikTok. I can play music and nobody bothers me. Why is that? Why is it that I could play music on TikTok and they don't ban me, But on YouTube, I get notifications that I'm just doing something illegal, and they ban me and they shut the audio off, right? Now we're going one direction. I don't care. I don't care. That was supposed to be Bruce Lee. I didn't want to. Jackie Chan.
Written in these walls are the stories that I can't explain. I leave my heart open, but it stays right here empty for days.
I saw them do this live.
She told me in the morning she don't feel the same about us in her bones.
Shame about that kid, right?
Seems to me that when I die, these words will be written on my story.
You know the lyrics. Come on.
And I'll be gone, gone tonight. The ground beneath my feet is holding tight. The way I've been holding on so tight, with nothing in between.
Sing it. You know the lyrics. No, you don't.
The story of my life. I'll take her home. I'll drive all night to keep her warm inside. It's frozen.
All right, enough of that. Yeah, I love music. I was in the music industry for a while, but I can't. I love music. Everything I say reminds me of a song, and I have Tourette's also. Anyway, but listen, I got to go. And right now, we're going to have to cover some of these shorts inevitably because this market refuses to stay down today. And it could be right here, friends. Right here. We just got a little faux show bro action at the Qs. And if you bust through that orange line, if they screw you again, this is that day where you got to be like, listen, this isn't happening. You got to call it. You don't want to blow your day. But right now, you got one faux show, two faux show, three faux show at the VWAP faux show. And now will you get the bro? Well, you break over that 565.50, you better be broing or you better be going. And you should be looking at 566, 65 if you do break there. So what you're looking at on the screen, my friends and my YouTubers are seeing the screen. Every day what we do is the same exact stuff. And it's phenomenal. You're not going to make money every day. You're going to do some dumb stuff occasionally. You're going to stay in a trade too long. The hardest part about trading is that you're a human being. That's what's hard. And you don't want to take that loss. You don't want to accept that this trade's not working. And that's where that one bad trade ruins 10 smaller good trades. That's how most traders ruin their trading. That is it. So, exactly. So if you become robotic, and how do you become robotic? Algorithmic trading. So now you're a robot. If the stock breaks here, I will sell it. If it doesn't sell here, I will hold it. Stock has pulled back but did not break the price. I must be in it, like my short position right now. It's teasing me with a reason to cover, but it hasn't triggered it yet. So I'm remaining short right now. And, we'll just bang out some. All right, before I go, let's see if you guys are paying attention. If you're trapped on a desert island, and you only had one song to listen to for the rest of your life, what song would it be? Go. Thank you for joining the fan club. You're trapped on a desert island. You only have one song to listen to for the rest of your life, over and over and over again. What's the song that you would choose to be stuck on a desert island with? Go. Ooh, the ocean. Zeppelin. Awesome. Scar Tissue Chili Peppers. Nice. One of these nights, the Eagles. Yo, I like this group right here. Wow. I Want to Break Free. Queen. Yes. Piece of My Mind. Lauryn Hill. Sweet. Oh, man. I love Queen. I Want to Break Free. That's a great one. Oh, I need to hear that now. Such a good song. The video is so crazy, right? Broken Wings. Living on a Prayer. Really? Oh, wait, wow, 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 yeah, wahoo. Blinded by the. Oh, man, you guys have got some good taste here. Awesome. You guys are mostly classic rock. I love it. Bob Marley, What's Happening? One of These Days by Floyd. Wow. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, love it. Somebody say Ozzy Osbourne, Panama, Sun is Shining, Bob Marley, great choice. Big fan of Marley. Red wine, UB40. You guys who want to hear some new music? I got a couple of bands that you want to check out. Check out Lotus, a friend of mine's in this band. If you like psychedelic jam rock, Lotus, phenomenal. They're kind of like Goose. Big fan of this group called Airborne Toxic Event. 7 straight albums of him agonizing about his heart being broken. Greta Van Fleet, I've seen them live 12 times before they were something. Yeah, now I don't like them anymore. I saw them at a club with 18 people in it. I couldn't believe what I was watching. And I brought my son to a show. He was still young to drink. We got thrown out. I handed my kid a beer at the Greta Van Fleet show. By the way, I'm never going to that place again. He's my son. I handed him the beer, maybe a sip left. Next thing you know, we're grabbed by security and we're being shown the door. I'm like, this is my kid's first concert. And we got thrown out of the Greta Van Fleet show. Unbelievable. Look at that rejection on the multi-day. Great choice. Jeff Buckley, Hallelujah. Yes. Have you heard Mark Cohen? Not Mark Cohen. Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. Pretty damn good. Rufus Wainwright. Rufus Wainwright does a great Hallelujah. Yeah, I know Rufus Wainwright. All right, listen, y'all. Thank you for so much for hanging out for this amount of time. Send me an email. I'll get it out to you by the end of the day, and then we'll be all hanging out on the other side, and then I'll come back on and we'll grab some more people, and we're gonna take over TikTok. We're gonna challenge. I'm trying to get TikTok to sponsor me in a challenge to see who the best trader on TikTok is. I'm willing to fund it, and if TikTok, can help me out here, I'd like to put out the challenge to all the other traders out there, especially the WhatsApp day traders and the Discord room people, because let's see who the best is on TikTok. I vote for me. I'm pretty good at what I do. I'd be willing to join a contest and show up. But if you just want to come and learn more about what we're doing here and learn more about algorithms and volume weighted average price and all this stuff, I give everybody. Wait, I'm not okay. Wait, yes. What's up, CT Balls? I probably just got banned by saying balls. This one is called Lightspeed, but I'm a sort of a fan of a company called Trades. Oh, damn. Trade Zero is interesting. And if you like the Grateful Dead, you get an extra week on my website.
And around in ecstasy, so don't stop me now. Don't stop me, 'cause I'm having a good time, shooting star leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity.
So just email me. All you gotta do is email me. You don't have to use your real name. I will send you a link. I trade the QQQ, not the S&P 500. I'm a big QQQ guy. Yeah, SQQ, QQQ, anything QQQ related. I was born into it. I was there when they created the product, so it's the one thing my family still owns. Um, yeah, I liked it. I have a passion for trading, but I also have a passion for showing people what I've found, and it's incredible. I love it. I've never seen a way to navigate the markets better than just following VWAP and price action, and it really just opens your eyes to you see the rigging of the markets. It really is incredible. And then we can just get into this. Let's go. Now the market's rolling over again. Why should you send me an email? All right, because I'm handing out $100 bills. No, I'm showing people. I'm doing a free seminar for 2 weeks about trading. And all you gotta do is send me an email. You like Black Sabbath? You like the Grateful Dead? You get an extra week. Any link at AOL.com. And if you know the lyrics to this song, you get an extra couple of days. That's me right there. Yeah, so Thursday nights we get together when there's no holds barred on Thursday nights. But email me. We'll get to know each other more tomorrow. I got to get back to doing what I was doing. You're lucky I don't have any really positions on anymore, so that's why we get to hang and just chill just today. Not much going on. I'm staying out of this chop. I'm still short, and you're not getting me out of this position until they pull it from my cold dead hands. No, doesn't matter. It's a Kenny Glick, no space. Yeah, and do me a favor if you want. I used to say Google me, but now you could grok me. Grok me, baby, one more time. Grok me, or what's the other thing? Oh, Chat GPT me, and you'll learn a little bit about me. Yeah, grok me, and grok me, baby, one more time. You like Sabbath? What's your favorite Sabbath song? Let's go. Mine is Megalomania. And if you know this song by Black Sabbath, then you're a real Black Sabbath fan. Off the Sabotage album, After Symptoms of the Universe. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I went away to Iceland, but I'm back. I'm back. You guys want to hang out? Let's rock out and then we'll go. All right, let's rock out right here as the market's rolling over. It's one of my favorite transitions in all music. This guy knows his Sabbath. Yes. This song actually changed my life when I was a kid. One of the first vinyls I ever got. If you don't know the lyrics, it's, well, I feel something's taking me. I don't know where. It's like a trip inside a separate mind. It goes to Tomorrow, my favorite dream.
It's telling me to leave it all behind.
Sing it.
Slipping into tomorrow. Got to get to happiness.
Stick there. All right. It's been fun hanging out. Email me. I'll guys get sending out a link. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to be doing this every day. Holy crap! Let's stop right there. On the Verge, you're now my new best friend. Yes, I saw Sabbath with Dio and Iron Maiden, all basically in the same month, 1987. Yes. Were you at that show, Nassau Coliseum, 1987? Those were great days. I saw Maiden in 87. Oh, at the time, I thought it was the greatest concert I've ever seen in my life. But when I saw it, well, Sabbath, Dio had been on his own already. Oh, man. Oh, I think there's a silver guy, delivering silver to my house right now. Oh, my God. I saw Dio on the Last in Line tour. Woo! And then Queensryche opened up for Maiden. You guys remember Queensryche? Yeah, you do. Queensryche, baby. Queensryche opening up for Maiden. That was the show in 87. Sick. And then my mom wouldn't let me go to the small club where Metallica was playing under an assumed name. And she wouldn't let me go because she was afraid I'd be killed. Yeah, I still get all the shirts. I'm 55. Now I look 55, right? Holy crap! Glennie knows L'Amour's. Yes. Yes. My mom wouldn't let me go. You're not going to a club. I don't know this guy, Lance. Yes. I'm still pissed. Because I forgot the name they were playing under, but Metallica was there. This was like the Kill 'Em All days. Sick. And about 2 months, Charlotte and the Harlots were playing at L'Amour's. She wouldn't let me go to that one either. But she let me go to the big arena, so. Lance is not a good influence on me. That's what my mom said. You know my mom? You know Lance. All right, I got to go. Very nice hanging out with you guys. Appreciate you. Send me an email. We'll hang out again tomorrow. I'll come on a little bit earlier. Hopefully we can find some trades together. But you see what the market just did? It's chopping the living crap out of people who don't use VWAP and multiple time frame VWAP. Because this is unbelievable. These levels that they're holding, the levels I drew earlier, the pre-market, the prior day VWAP acting as resistance. And now you know how important that triple top prior day VWAP is. If we break there, I'm definitely going to have to. Now it'll be a triple top multi-day VWAP break. But right now it's convincing me to stay short. And look at this trade. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I also was a raver back in 92. So if you guys want to EDM with me, that's what Thursday night's for. We play Grateful Dead and then we go with the EDM. Anyway, nice time with you. Email me, please. KennyGlick@AOL.com. I'll send you a link in about an hour or two. I will get it. And we'll all reconvene here tomorrow. Hopefully we become friends, and then you'll tell people about me, and then we'll take over TikTok. And then it'll be a lot of fun having 20,000, 30,000 people watching me rock out to Black Sabbath while we're trading. All right. Triumph. Now you're getting nerdy. You want to talk about Metal Church? You want to get crazy? Let's talk about Exciter. Oh, I was a big Woody back in 82. Oh, man. You know Manowar? I hope you know Manowar. Triumph. Yeah. Oh, I was a big rave kid. Oh, we could talk all day. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I got to run. I'll see you guys. Peace. Journey. All right, let's end off with Journey then. I'm gonna go everybody's favorite Journey song, right? When the guy at the party who just suddenly appears with the remember those parties you go to and they would do that one guy and suddenly he has a guitar. Like, where do you get a guitar from? And all the girls love him and you want to hate the guy, but he starts singing and he starts doing this song and you're like, I want to hate this guy, but it's so good. and everybody's swaying.
When the lights go down in the city and the sun shines on the bay, I wanna be there in my city. Oh, 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 oh. So you You're well, my friend, I'm lonely too. I wanna get back to my city by the bay. It's sad, there's been moments I don't know without you.
Yo, there's that ELAB trade. See, that guy was onto something.
The lights go down in the city and the sun shines on the bay. I wanna be there in my city. Oh, oh, the lights go down in the city and the sun shines on the bay. I wanna be there in my city.
Ooh, Wheel in the Sky. Let's go. All right, y'all. This is some choppy bullshit right now. So, I mean, even this one, like, if you're not cashing out, I mean, I don't mind a scalping market, but you know, some of these bigger moves, if you overstay your welcome on any trade right now, you're giving it back. Alan Parsons project, so funny. My son, who's such an old soul, he loves Alan Parsons, and he's going to a Hank Williams Jr. concert. I'm like, who are you, son? Like, I couldn't name one Hank Williams Jr. song except the Monday Night Football song, right? Like, and I got stumped. I was like, I usually know at least one song from everybody. I was like, I don't even know any Hank Williams songs, but my kid listens to Alan Parsons, and he listens to old country like Waylon Jennings, and he's listening to Hank Jr., Hank Williams. So funny. All right, internet, you guys know where to find me. Like I said, I'm staying short. Yeah, you're gonna have to pull the rest of the short. I'm still short from 10 days ago. So I'm long SQQ. That's the easy way to do it. I got a put spread on today that I need to, obviously collapse to 557 again to get out of it for any decent profit. That's going to expire worthless, I assume, unless the market tanks in the next 4 hours, which could. I mean, Very unstable market, but becoming a little bit too choppy. Anybody got any questions before I go? You, internet? You guys in the back? Yeah, it's unbelievable that he's like, Dad, you got to know this song. I'm like, nope. Meanwhile, he's going down to Virginia to hang with his friends to go to Hank Williams. So, any concerns? Anything else? Like I said, You're going to have to really, really rally to want me to cover the rest of what I got left. I do think we're going to break down. We're under the yearly, right? So, really, if I don't know if anyone's going to let it go to the 580 area, but the first real stop for me on the swing short is the yearly VWAP, which is 572.50. That's 10 points away. So that's why this chop today is nothing. It's not even phasing me. It's a very difficult trade today, but it's showing you that the sellers are still in control because we're getting rejected at prior day VWAP. It got back to basically the price where we shorted earlier, right? So you would have got stopped out twice, and then it's a re-enter trade. It does look like it's going to get worse, but I'd rather see UVXY above 60 if I'm going to keep adding to this thing. But here's what I show you. I want to show you this chart right here. So there's the yearly, right? The next level is my price, which is basically I took the tops of these candles, 1, 2, 3, the bottom of this, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the bottom of that candle, and divided by the amount of candles, and it spit out 557.75. Pretty incredible. 557.75. So the overnight low was 557.43. Nailed it. And it held. So now I need to see it tested. Just like every bull market cliche, you need recent support to be tested to become more bullish. So I believe we're going to test that low, and I also believe it's not going to hold. And when it breaks, and when it breaks, right? And if it breaks, and when it breaks, wait, hang on a second. When it breaks, there you go. When it breaks, when it breaks, and the levy gives way, we got the next algorithmic level is down to 536.50. And because I'm super bearish, right, I don't think that's going to hold either. And then we're going to go back to the recent highs, that recent high breakout from way back there, which is around 505. And if you grab 3 years worth of data, I don't think we're going back there, but right in the middle there. So 535 breaks. I'm looking at that, that 505, 506 area. And hopefully it happens soon so I could get the hell out of this position and get ready for earnings season again. But absolutely still bearish. Nothing's going to convince me unless a rally happens. That'll be the convincing factor. So if you ask me, what do I think? I think I'm going to be right. I've been right this whole year so far. But I know for a fact that every time I believe it's going to get a little bit worse, it doesn't get any worse. This is still nothing to me. 562.50 was where we thought this could easily pull back to. Now the question is, will they let it go? Will they let it go? And all I want is 36 more points, really. I'll take 536. And that 536 area, you'll get the SQQ should be around 108. So I'm holding on to the SQQ, and I'm looking for 92, and then I'm looking for 93.50, which I would sell some there. But where we broke down from is 108.75. I'm thinking I'm going to be selling some SQQ there, up there at 108.75. So the market has to convince me I'm wrong. I'm sure it will in a couple of days because, shorting is short-lived and it usually doesn't last. But this is lasting a lot longer than I thought it would. So I'm just not about to get chopped up intraday in this nastiness. So that's my stance right there. Again, I'm not allowing myself to get chopped up in the chop. But right now, I'm gonna get some breakfast and take an antihistamine and hopefully feel a little bit better tomorrow. I always get sick on my ride home for some reason. Freaking airplanes. But we got some earnings. I got McCormick coming out, Spice Company. That's usually a decent volatile name. That's coming out tomorrow morning. I mean, tonight you got not much going on. You got really not much. And then you have, let's see, Tuesday night. Tuesday night, we got some stuff to talk about because Nike's going to come out. We'll see where that upgrade. You got Restoration Hardware. You got Beyond Meat. Not that anybody cares about that stock anymore, but you never know. You can get a squeeze. So that could be interesting. PVH, if you know that one. And then luckily we have a nice day off. Weed stock Tilray is coming out Wednesday morning. Wednesday evening, not much. And then it's we're pretty much done. Not much to talk about on these earnings. But that's okay because right now I'm staying focused on the market. SMCI, with the indictment and whatnot, right? Had a nice bounce the day after, right? And then, of course, there's going to be there'll always be a pump and dump like ELAB and Bullfrog today. Actually, Bullfrog's interesting now because it's actually hanging in there. If you guys know about this, we had the CEO on early schmoozing. We're going back early schmooze. We had this guy on. We met him in Vegas at one of my presentations. And by the way, what's up, Vegas? Anybody here that came to the Vegas show? Fun times. Met some new guys. Everybody got to see a little face-to-face. That was fun. So Bullfrog, this is an AI play around biotech. Interesting company. We had the guy on twice, actually. He's a nice guy. Stock's terrible. But faux show, bro. Look at that. Once it looked like it was done for the day, just a massive turn. And look at the squeeze from $1.09 to 142. Back to the VWAP. So now you're in a downtrend. So if it rolls, you're probably going lower, but holds that VWAP again, you get another faux show. This, again, the deader the name, the crazier the squeeze when it comes back, and you're back into the range from where it came. You could be looking at $2. Here's another name. Oh, actually, that's so funny. I saw a guy that I like to read about. This guy was buying a UNH. I don't know why, but he's a long-term guy. I don't like this chart, but I'm waiting to see what happens at 250 on UNH. Speaking of that, Humana, a lot of these stocks are getting punished, but they're back down to prices where they're interesting to me. And of course, VICR getting slammed, right? So I'm waiting for 125 on this bad boy. I want to see it flirt with that earnings sell-off. Uh-oh. I don't think it's any comparison. Led Zeppelin's like the greatest band, right? I mean, I love the Dead and Bob Marley, but I don't think there's a better band than Zepp. You know what I did get wrong? The drones. I thought the drones would be taken off. The jokes write themselves. I thought the drone stocks would be just like ripping every day with all this stuff going on. And they've really just been garbage. ONDS got punished on that stock reported earnings last week, right? This looks like it's about to break down. The mob. I mean, luckily we cashed out of that near 10. That was a pretty sweet trade. V-Wave smoked. Had one little pop. Just rolling. There is, a lot of those sectors that we were loving. Yeah, look at this right on cue. OKLO, SMR. There's some bloodbaths going on. But the longer the more they stretch these to the downside, the snapback is going to be amazing. And also, keep in mind, Bitcoin, like Bitcoin or not, it's kind of holding the market together. I thought Bitcoin would be at 50,000 by now, but that low that it put on in February is still intact from that night on the schmooze. It breaks there, it's taken everything down with it, which is the strangest thing, but it is true. Bitcoin is holding us together. If Bitcoin starts to give way, I think the market gives way. And we'll finally have that, another 20, 30 points to the downside on the Qs. And if you're wondering, yeah, I still own Rambus. I guess I'm going down with the ship on this piece of garbage. Wow. What a waste of money again. And this is why I hedge. I sold 180 calls against my position. Check this out. Rambus, I sold 180s for August. I mean, absurd. I forgot what I got paid for them. But of course, I'm going to be selling. That's how I stay in this business, is hedging. Anytime I just assume I'm going to lose money every time I swing trade. I sold the 180s right there. Thanks. That's me. The 180s. I was like, yeah, I'll sell some at 180. Sure. Anywho. Uh-oh, here's solid. Uh-oh, now he's bearish. Run. I say 556 also. Yeah. I like 5556. I would love 556 today so I can get out of this put spread. And by the way, the put spread, let me show you what I got. And this is what sometimes used to get me in trouble because I try to make it a credit. It was very hard to get a credit put spread going the way I did it. But so, I don't like buying options on a Friday for a Monday, but I had to because that's been the trade, shorting over the weekend. And then we came in, again, obviously we were talking about this earlier about hedging on, unwinding the position. So I bought 560s for 345. My cost average for 560s at 345. Obviously they're getting smoked now. They're 80 cents. But to offset the cost of my 560s, I went down to the 543s and I sold 3 times as many 543s against the 560s that I bought to help me pay for the 560s. And if the trade went to zero, at least I don't lose everything on the 560s. But normally that stuff can backfire because what if the market did crash and it did open up below 543? Next thing I'm going to be long the Qs at 543. Granted, I'll be making some money on the 560s. But if it really got crazy, imagine the market did crash and the Qs went to like 500 today. And the next thing you know, I'm long. But right now, it's a small loss. It's not like it's too bad. Fannie Mae? I don't actually have an opinion on Fannie Mae. FMCC, Fannie Mae. Man, I didn't even know they were still around. Didn't they go bankrupt or something? Fannie Mae? FNMA? Oh, wow. That's a nice little turn there. What do you say? FMCC? Oh, it's the same exact chart. I guess it's the same thing. I don't know enough about them, but I do love a faux show, bro. And that's what you got right there. You got the fake out, shake out, and a range break. Whatever this is, if you're in it, your stop's right at the breakout price, so like basically 60 cents away. There's your fake out, there's your shake out, there's your rally, there's your roll, there's your pop through it. Your stop's the top of that candle, which is 535 if you're in it. But again, I'm always like I always say, I'm a bullish bear, but obviously I'm super bearish now. I do think we're going lower, but I am ready. I mean, look where USAR is. That stock goes back to $10. I'm in. Right? Palantir, obviously, even Palantir under 120, I'm interested. But if it breaks 120, you might be looking at $100 on Palantir. I'm definitely buying that back. And if the Qs crash, I'm not in, but my son's ready to buy and my daughter's ready to buy. And, the Qs go to 420. Whoo, baby. All right, my dog needs something. All right, y'all. I'll be back in a little while. I'm going to go grab some breakfast, hang with my dog. I got no day trades on. Still the same exact positions I had coming in. And that's my story. See ya.